Alrighty, welcome back. Got the foam and the material. We got it the other night, and actually we got the foam from Hub and Liz, a friend of ours, just down the road a little bit. We've got the material here. We're going to take it inside and we're going to show you what it is. As you can tell, we're getting some snow. Oh boy, I'll get the door. Thanks a lot for coming back, everybody. Really appreciate it. It's nice and cold out, that's for sure. So we'll go over this here in a second. We got some hands all off here for a minute. Yay! Looks like it got dirty a little bit beside that tire, but I'm not sure if that comes off or if it doesn't come off. I guess it doesn't much matter. We got some 1/2-inch foam from Hub and Liz, or just down the road, probably 10 minutes. She's done a few upholstering jobs for me, but she's kind of giving it up right at the present time. It's a 1/2-inch. I'm not sure if 1/2 inch is what we want, or if we want more, or if we want less. I'm not sure. Floyd's probably going to make that call, but I'm thinking once that goes on top of what's going on there, yeah, you would never see any, no staples, no nothing. We might take some duct tape and cover up the staples with the duct tape. I'm not sure. I don't think it matters much. I went with a white, and it is a vinyl, but it looks like canvas. It really does. It really looks like canvas. Even the lady that we went up and paid for it, she says it's not going to be weatherproof, but it is vinyl. So it is a marine vinyl, I think, but it does look like a canvas. And the reason I went with white, and I went because I look at cars on the internet, I look at cars in magazines, that sort of stuff, and I like the white roof more so than a colored roof. So I'm going to let Fina in. I think she wants to come in. Hear her squealing. Come on in, Fina. I don't blame you, huh? Fina's going to Danny's this weekend. We're taking off to the Grand National Roadshow Show, and that's where Fina's going, Danny's. But anyways, that's the material there. We got 4 yards. 4 yards. 4 yards. So I'm thinking we'll do everything. I'm pretty sure it probably will. What can I say? We've got the material. What the material cost us?
I think it was $80 altogether.
So the material was $80, and we paid $50 for the foam, and basically we're into it for, we'll say, $150 for the material. But what has to happen before any of that happens, it needs a back window. The back window, what can I say? It needs a back window. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut a piece of plexiglass. Generally, you look at a convertible top, and it has plexiglass. I'm trying to say that right. It has plexiglass, so I'm going to put a plexiglass back window in this. You can see that the window opening is square. I'm going to cut a piece of plexiglass square to fit the opening. But as I was talking to Floyd, when he sews the top up, we can sew the top up any shape we want for the back window. That's what I'm thinking. Also, I went out to the old junkyard out back, and I got myself a piece of plexiglass. And this is the issue. This plexiglass here, you can see on the back window, I've rounded that, and I don't feel like that's going to do my deal. I think it's too strong, too tough, that sort of stuff. So I went outside and got another piece of plexiglass, and it's more pliable. I would say this is probably eighth, probably a little better maybe. But it was out in the old junkyard, and I'm going to cut a piece and see if I can not get a piece out of it that will suit me for the roof. That's what has to be done. That's what I have to do. And what I'm thinking is, if for some reason it's scratched up or something like that, I feel like I can buff it. just like you would a headlight on a car. If your headlights are dull or whatever, you just sand it and polish it, buff it, and it'll come up a lot brighter. With the back window, I feel like it's just like any other convertible window. If you want to come over and take a look at the car, I have been, you know, basically all morning cleaning and trying to get the dirt out of it and the sawdust out of it to make myself happy. I'm very happy with what's going on with the window and the dash and the interior. It looks really good. Somebody looking at this car would never know that it was chopped unless, you know, they knew the height, the original height of it, or they watched the videos. Basically, I feel like everything went back in nice and tight and right. The screw on this garnish molding last time we were filming didn't go in tight, so it didn't haul it in tight. I did not have to put another hole in it because I got it so it will screw in tight and right, and I'm very happy with it. It fits nice up on top of this molding here. The mirror looks good. The dash is looking good. I've cleaned all the interior on the car, like on the inside. I've got it vacuumed up. I've glued all this stuff back in tight and right where it needs to be. I re-glued this piece where it was coming undone a little bit. I've also got inside and cleaned all the, I say I cleaned it, but I see a little bit of dust coming on there, coming on the seat. But I've cleaned all the panels on the inside, cleaned them and put them back in. I've vacuumed it. I've blown on it. I've done all that sort of stuff. I just don't like that dirt on there. Got everything in there tight and right. Got all the screws back in. Got all the nails back in. I'm very happy with what's going on. Very happy. It's all, what can I say? It's all going very well as far as I'm concerned. When I first took it apart, I was concerned, but it's going back together really nice. All the interiors, nothing, like everything's going really good. But what I have to do is I have to get a back window for that roof in case Floyd shows up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this and we're going to try and see if we can make it fit. We're going to do a tape measure deal. And I feel like that stuff there should be able to bend it. We need a piece at least 8.5. 8 3/4 would be great. I would like to use a straight edge. This over here has got some of the material on the backside that's making it, holding it together, I guess, or making it so it's not all scratched up. I'm not sure which piece I want to use. I'm not sure how I want to cut it either. That should be pliable enough. Like I said, I can polish it, I'm thinking. Let's do it. Get a marker. Thanks for coming back. I'm not sure if I said that, but thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. There's been some fantastic comments. Fantastic. Appreciate it. The people that get inspired and go work on their project, they're the ones that I probably like the best. And the reason being is I feel like I've helped out in some way, and it doesn't have to be what to do or what not to do. It's basically just going out the shop and going to work. I'm going to say 19 3/4. I can go over top of that aluminum just as long as I hit the wood, so I have something to screw it to. That's what I'm thinking. And you're thinking, wow, that's a dirty piece of glass, but we'll get it geared up. This has been actually a fun project. It's been a fun project, and the reason being is I didn't have to go buy anything. I didn't have to do anything other than cut it down, shorten the roof on it, make the top on it, put different headlights on it, paint a few things. I didn't have to worry about the paint, how fantastic that was because of the rest of the car. It's been fun. But it's not done yet. It's not done yet. I'm going to go right behind you, sweetheart, and get a ruler. I feel like I should probably cut this with a jigsaw, but I'd love to be able to cut it with a grinder. And the reason being is We'll see what happens. We'll try a piece and then we'll go from there. Just hope I can cut a nice straight line. And I'm not sure if this even is plexiglass or Lexan. The difference.
I don't think it's marker.
What?
I don't think that marker works.
Works just fine, but just not on what I'm doing.
Okay.
Lexan is shatterproof, and plexiglass will scratch. But I find that the plexiglass is nicer to make a window because as soon as you rub on a Lexan, it really does dull it down. It really takes the sheen out of it. Plexiglass, I find it's got a little better sheen to it. Now, let's take a grinder and try a piece and see what happens. Take my jacket off. So me and Jolene are heading out, not tomorrow, but Saturday? Friday, we're heading out. I'm thinking that Colton will be coming tomorrow. We've contacted him, asked him to come in tomorrow and just, we'll do what we think we need to do to start out a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Let's pull this out of the way. Pull my cord down. I think that Jolene's going to do, she has a little plan for us. I'm thinking that she might ask us some questions, maybe, not sure. Showing the car?
No, showing a picture of you and Colton.
Ah. Who's better looking? Well, I knew who's better looking, but we won't tell him. Let's do it. Let's see if we can cut this bad boy. Let's go over here and see if we can cut something, see if it works. See what happens with the heat generally makes it crack. God love you, Hiltz. God love you. Do you want to spray water if I get water?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Jolene's going to help me. I just feel like if I can cut it, it'd be great with the no water in that. Damn it.
Could you use Windex?
I don't want to waste it, to be honest with you, but I'll cut it and see what happens. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask Jolene to pause it for a second. I'm going to run down to the tap of the house, get some water, come back up, and then we'll go for it. All right, I made it back. Now, I'm just going to get Jolene to spray it with water. Do you think I took my boots off when I went in the house? All right, babe, you want to go on that side. I'll cut it this way. And then we'll go like that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put a pair of glasses on. I'm going to put a pair of glasses on. I'm going to keep my jacket on until I get warm too. Alrighty, let's try it. Let's try it. Are you spraying the grinder or the...
I don't know. It's hard to see.
you
can
spray
you
the
make that more, like...
What?
Smaller?
Just turn it, you mean?
Yeah. I've only got one hand going here.
Ah, you only got one hand. The water's sitting in the groove nice, so I'm just kind of going back and forth. It's got lots of water, I feel.
You don't need any more?
Well, you can, just keep going. That grinder disc is dull as a hoe. Anyways, let's keep going. I don't feel like any cracks came, so, and plexiglass will take off on you. It will. It will. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. I made it 19 3/4. I'm feeling like, just cut it. And if I need to cut it off some, I will. Shorten it, sand it, or whatever. Now, I cut it with the zip cut. Is that a crack? Is that a big old scratch? Ah! Who knows? We'll see. I cut it with a zip cut because getting the jigsaw out, the jigsaw ends up getting it warm and then it quits and just does all kinds of funny stuff is what it does. Now, let's get this stuff off. Now, this is probably not the first choice of window or piece of glass that I would pick, but I'm only going to pick what I've got. I only got, you know, this glass. This is the only stuff I could find, so I'm going to use it. The reason being is that that's all I got. And that's another reason this is a fun project, because we have not really gone anywhere other than got a piece of glass cut for the car, and then we had to deal with that. So we've also dealt with that with ourselves. We've dealt with it all on our own, and that's the way I like things, being able to do it yourself. What's that called? DIY. It's a wonder I got that right. But you know what? Okay, just keep peeling off. I got to clean my hands. Just going to set that right there on that cord. Wash my hands off. Slowly try to find out what kind of piece of glass we have. It's not cracked, that's for sure. I'm going to leave that on for a minute. I'm going to get a sander. I'm going to sand that edge.
Are you sure it's not cracked there?
Where?
Right here. No? Oh, it's just a paper.
Baby, I don't know yet. To be honest with you, we haven't got something clean enough to really know. Haven't got anything clean enough to know yet. I'm going to take the grinder. We've sanded glass before, and I'm thinking, or I've been told, when you sand the edge of the glass, it makes it a little bit stronger for breaking or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sand the edge of the glass. Just going to put it right there for a second. Just going to sand the edge up a little bit, because it's got where I've cut it. You can see how I peeled that off. It's melted, and that's what happens generally when you get going with the jigsaw. It melts the edge of it. And as you can tell, I'm not scared to cut glass with a grinder. Nope, not at all. cut my finger. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Go use that piece of glass and I ruined it. And I tipped my finger, I did. Now let's take this bad boy off. And from what I understand, if you're washing this glass or cleaning plexiglass, you should be using like an Armor All, I think. Like a, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, there's my finger. Looks nice and clean underneath that, but I don't know about the rest of it. Let's do this. Get it peeled off here. Wow. Jolene's hungry. Nice. I think it's glued on forever. Well, hold on. Hope not. Yeah. Maybe it is glued on forever. I'm not sure. Nice. It's been out in the weather, so it might have permanently stuck somehow. That's not good, is it? No. Now, I don't want to really pick at that. Get a razor blade, I guess, and try to get at it. I'm getting warm. Our garage is heated with a little electric boiler over there. We've got in-floor heat, so generally when you come in, it's nice. I used to have a wood stove in here. That wasn't so nice. That was hard on me. The reason being is I was always getting wood boogies in the paint. Don't want to go too far on the glass. Just want to get it up so I can get it off. It's going to be terrible. How am I going to get that off? Terrible. Nice. Let's go slow. Something brittle. Plastic been outdoors probably for a long time. That's why it's brittle. Glass don't look bad though, does it? Looks nice. Try to keep it close to the edge because if I don't get close to the edge, well then I'll see a scratch in it. I don't want that. Just go slow. Looks really good. Being out the weather would make that be like that. It's been out there probably a couple years. Some people call me cheap. I call it using what you got. I generally don't look to my wallet when I go to do things. I look towards what I have. And that's the way I've been brought up. And I'm not interested in changing, to be honest with you. Growing maybe, but not changing. Maybe I can. On the edge, I think I should be fine. Beautiful. No scratches yet. Getting close and getting close. So when the glass goes on, like I said before, I feel like Floyd can make any shape the window, any shape that he wants in the back window. If it wants to be round, if it wants to have rounded corners, if it wants to be smaller, the only thing he can't do is make it bigger. Now, if anything's, once we get this cleaned off, if anything's really nasty, do the exact same thing as you would a headlight. I don't clean a lot of headlights, but it's the exact same thing. Come on off. Sometimes you just got to talk good to it. Please. And thank you. There we go. Now, we have not destroyed the glass anyway, in any form yet, which is a great thing. What am I going to do? I want to clean it off more. Let's try this. And then we'll use Windex. We'll get the dirt off it with this. I'm hoping it's not going to scratch it a whole bunch. Probably should have used something else, I'm not sure. It's always a learning process when you're doing stuff like this. And basically, what you recall you've done that didn't work, you can see the glass is scratched quite heavy. Or there's a lot of stuff on it. We'll get that wiped off. Let's do the other side. It might not be. Who knows? Might just have a film on it. Not rubbing on it real hard, just kind of wiping it off. See what we got. We got the coating off though. Alrighty, not bad. Let's take some, throw on the floor, it's no good. Get another piece, dry it off. Yeah, it's not bad at all, to be honest with you. It's kind of like the outdoors is on it, that's all. And it's still stuck on there in places. In the corner, it's not that bad. Now, we'll hit her with some Windex here in a minute. Just trying to get off some of maybe some sap out there on the trees. Yeah. Let's do the Windex thing. We'll get some Windex and clean it. Spray 9 is probably not what you clean your windows with. Kind of leaves a film on it, so this is the stuff we're going to use to clean it, I guess. And me and Jolene have also bought a covering that if, like when we made a window for Elvis, the 55. We bought a covering that you can lay over, a laminate that you can lay over top of it. So when I form a piece of glass or piece of plexiglass, you can lay it over top of it and make it shatterproof. I'm gonna leave that there for a second. It's not looking bad. I want to get that stuff. So, if you want to, like we've formed a piece of plexiglass in the barbecue that I made into an oven. This stuff right here, it has a coating on it. You can unpeel it. You can see there, right there, look. You see that? See how it pulls off? Mm-hmm. Piece of plastic, and that will make that piece of plexiglass shatterproof. That right there. And you put it on the outside of your window. It's like them people that come in the diamond stores and they're trying to break the glass to get at the diamonds. This stuff has been put on the glass so it does not shatter. And that's what we would do if we make a window, or if we have a window. We apply that to it, and then we have a shatterproof window. Everybody's saying, well, it's not shatterproof. Well, if you apply that stuff, it can be. Now, you can see a bunch of scratches in that. That's not what we want. Not what we want. But we do have, I'm not going to sand it or anything. I'm going to move this. This is outdoors, obviously. Probably used for another project, but hard to keep everything in the place where it needs to be when you want to use it, that's for sure. Where do you put all that stuff? I'll throw it outdoors. I'm going to get some compound right behind you, sweetheart. There's 3 different grits to this bad boy. You even got that's dirty as all get out. That's all I got though. That's all I got. This would be if you're going to polish your car. I'm not into polishing cars. But it's not saying I wouldn't if I needed to. Not saying I wouldn't. Just going to take this. Just trying to clean it. I'm going to do.
Can you blow it?
What's that?
Can you blow it with the gun?
No, it's more or less just has to be taken off. I'm just going to do this. Give me a paint stick there. Just going to take some material off it, that's all. Taking the black out of it, you can see it just taking some material off it. So I can use it again. See, remember it was black. Mm-hmm. Now we've got a little bit there, not much. We got a little bit of going on there. That's not good. I'm gonna get a pair of scissors, cut that off. Get a little scratchy material on that showing. Went down too far, but the pad's almost busted anyways. Just want to cut that off so don't hit the glass. That will take me backwards. My scissors aren't sharp enough. And the reason being is I cut everything with it. Maybe I'll get the bolt cutters and do it. Brand new. Maybe straightening me out. Anyways, I'm not going to get that cut off. Let's put a little bit of compound on it, see what the glass does. I'm not going to go with what's the number 1? There's three polishes here. You got we'll start with number 1. I'm thinking that would be your coarsest. I'm thinking. Number 1. Number 2. And number 3. Let's just take a look here for a second. Produces swirl-free finish. I don't know if we'll try number 3 first. I don't really want to get into a compound first thing. See what happens. The stuff has not been used. See what happens. That's all I can do, see what happens. That's what I do with everything. That's how I learn. Try it. That's all I can do. Pretty good, actually. Anything that's deep, I'd have to say. I just want to see something like a couple scratches in it, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but we'll just keep going with this for a minute. Can't expect it all to work at once. Even craft dinner takes time. Remember, same as a headlight. No harm, no foul. You can sand it with 3,000 wet or 2,000 or whatever and bring it back up again. It's just plexiglass. And I might have to go with a coarser grit. I mean, that's number 3, so I'm just trying to take squirrels out of it right at the present moment. So I might have to up the ante on the grit. The number 1 would be your roughest grit. No, that's not what I want. It's not what I want. I want Windex. There's what I want. Did you get some on you? Did I get some on you? I didn't mean to. I was just going for it. You know, I'm trying to tell you. I'm just going for it. It's a lot better than it was. That's for sure. And I really don't know how good I have to get it. Let's face it. I guess you'd want to be able to see through it. You wouldn't want any scratches in it. And anything like I'm doing here, like the headlights or the chop or the roof or anything like that, on a, like, I'm doing this car like on a one-step deal. I'm trying to get it done, do it to make myself happy. But if you were doing actually a show car or something like that, some of the stuff I'm doing, you would probably do 3, 4, 5 times. Like, you would keep doing it until you get it right. And that's how it goes. Not everything goes right the very first time. So if you know, if you feel like, wow, that doesn't look very good, or that's not real good, or I would have done it better than that. Well, yeah, I mean, let's face it, you can do it as many times you need to do it to make it look as good as you want it to look. And there's nobody out there that's building a really nice car that's, you know, painting it once. No, you go in there and you paint it and you fix it and you polish it, and you might burn through and you have to do it again. Like, there's so many things that have to be done. A lot of people don't, or it's not shown, because let's face it, how many times would you show somebody working on a car? That glass looks really good. I just kind of got a little spot right here that has something on it, but it looks way better than it did. Get it dried off here. Now, what has to happen is I have to get some holes drilled in this bad boy. So I want to apply it with screws, I'm thinking. I'm not going to shove staples through it. Way better.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is way better. I mean, there's still a few scratches in it. Let's face it. I just touched it. I can go further. Yes, I can. But what I am going to do is I'm going to lay it on here and see what I got. I'm going to have to move the roof. Let's do this. Got to move the material. Something about that, isn't it? Something about that. I want to set that right across there. Didn't want that, but it did happen. I got this fixed. All it was wrong with the what's this called? Rumble seat. All was wrong with it. It was turned upside down. It was the wrong way. So I got it fixed. That's all was wrong with it. Not much was wrong with it. Just, I hope it don't make me a liar, because I pop back up. So we got that fixed. Happy with that. Happy with that. Now, I'm going to move this foam. That there. Gotta turn that window up the other, roof up the other way. If you've not seen the underneath the roof before, there's what it looks like. I think it looks pretty decent. And as you can tell, one hand picked that roof up. One hand. I think that would tell you how light that is. All right, let's do this. Get that on. It's good. Glass. We're not completely buffed out yet. We're not. We're not. But I want to know if it'll even work. It's going to work just fine. I think we'll take it down there and do that. Now, with the insulation on there, I'm going to mark that where I'm going to put screws in it. That's my marker. I might as well screw it right into the wood, I'm thinking. Let's do this. Get it to fit down here. Just going to space it myself. Obviously. Probably could measure it, I suppose, but I got a good eye. You know why I know that? Look at Jolene. And this plexiglass should bend no problem, but I do have to get the holes drilled. Now there's another issue. If, when I'm drilling it, there's a chance for it to crack. There most certainly is. Now, I'm just going to write on that, the bottom. Let's drill this bad boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill all them holes, and then we'll have to drill the holes in the wood, and then we'll screw them on. Got quite a mess going on, but let's face it, you have to make a mess to get anything done, or generally you do. I'm going to grab my cordless drill. I do have a cordless drill, believe it or not. I do so. Now, I want to lay this on something to drill it. I would like to lay it on a piece of wood, would be nice. Let's see what I got. Put it on the running board. Nope, not going to do that. See if we can find something real quick. Piece of plywood would be fantastic. I haven't got a piece of plywood over here, have I? Yes, I do. Don't say that. Don't say you don't have something when you do. Now, I'm probably going to have to lay something down on that so it does not scratch more than it already is. Now, I should have something on that.
Paper?
No, I'm going to go get a piece of cardboard in here. Nice, no dirt, good. Now this is when things can go bad with the drill. It can crack very easy. I'm going to go with that size. I got a bunch of screws in here. I'm going to just take a look and see what size I want. I do not want the screw. Going up against the plexiglass. I want the screw to go through the plexiglass. Woo, I'm half dizzy. Why, I don't know. I had some... Anyways, we'll get some screws, I guess, if I haven't got anything right now. Thought I had some there. There's some small ones there, but we'll get some. I think I'll go with this, though. Ouch. Yow. So, this is 1/2 inch thick. So I'm feeling like when the plexiglass goes on, it's gonna be up some. Like it's gonna be up a little bit. Like we got an 1/8 on that, and then we've got, I wouldn't say an 1/8, but we got a little bit more. But once that goes on top of that, you know, it's gonna make it up a little bit higher. But that insulation there, or that foam, is gonna make it come up over the glass a little tiny bit. And then what's going to happen is, I'm thinking, is the material will be shaped any way it wants to be. We can make a happy face if we want to, or a frown, or we can do whatever we want when the material comes and it happens. But right at the present second, I want Jolene to water bottle me again while I drill this stuff. And the reason being is I do not want to crack it. So you just want to spray a Don't go crazy, Hiltzy. There's number one. Let's get a little tiny screw there and see if that's big enough. I'm hoping probably use like a, just want to make sure it's big enough. Perfect. See how it goes through there? Mm-hmm. Nice. And then we'll screw it into the wood and be happy with it. Now, that's not the screw that we're going to be using, but just lets me know that the bit's good. Is that just crack? Nope. That's what I'm talking about right there, people. And that's what goes on when you cut this stuff with a jigsaw or anything. It melts and it glues back together. Just want to make sure that nothing's in the hole. It's gratifying when you can do something on your project and not have to go somewhere and get it done. Nice. I'm thinking Jolene likes to get me wet. Once it cracks, it's over. Well, it's not over. We just have a broken window, that's all. And we're very close to the edge, so you know what I'm trying to tell you. Use kitten gloves, I guess. Now, it's not over for the polish on this either. It still can be polished up so it's a lot shinier, or a lot less scratches in it. Just use the last polish, so I didn't use any coarse stuff on it. I could go a little coarser on it probably, and then bring it back up to a polish with number 3. Just wanted to try the last one, the number 3 first. I think that was a good idea. I have cracked this glass before. We're making it look easy right at the present moment. I think the water is what's doing it. As I say that, go around the mulberry bush here. And the reason I'm using this thin glass is because it's got a shape to it in the back. And this will take the shape. The other 1/4 inch stuff would not. Close to the side, isn't it? Ooh. Push my luck there, wasn't I, baby? Pushing my luck. You know what they say, you gotta be good to be lucky. That's not the speed I want, is it? No, it's not, Chad. It's not the speed that you want, buddy. But we're cooking with gas right at the present moment. We're doing good. Doing real good. It's a tough piece of glass right there, baby. Tough piece of glass right there. Yeah. Let me get on this. Not such good space in there, was there? That makes all the difference in the world, that water. If you've ever cut this stuff before, it glues together again. Even when you're drilling the hole, it will glue back together. I don't know if this is do-it-yourself or not, because I need someone to squirt water.
DIT, do it together.
Do it together, she says. DIT. Soon we'll have another helper. Cold tan. Hope it works out. It's just another chance for both to learn, I guess, to grow. Basically what it is. If I tell you I think it was going to work, I would be lying to you. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. Now, each hole is drilled. We've got something that can be applied to the roof. Let's just wipe it off. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow it off. That way they don't have to scratch it or anything. But the glass did buff up nice and clean, like it really did. Like it buffed up clean. I'd only used the number 3s, just swirl mark remover. That's all I used. If I want to take more out of it, I have to go to a good to me. All right. Haven't got the screws. Can't tell what side that's wrote on. But it is nice and clean. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's the bottom. So what happens now is we come in with our screws that we haven't got. We probably run to the store. We'll lay it on there where they all fit. Looks good. Looks good. Beautiful. And then we'll screw that down. And then we're ready for Floyd. And what I'm thinking is I might take the polisher and maybe just polish it up a little bit more. And that's fine. I mean, that's just called time. But now, as I put that on there, yeah, now we can get that corner to come down. See, it's got a little bit of shape to it. We'll get that pulled down like that, and then take the shape, no problem at all. Also, it'll help hold the plex or the aluminum down. That's what it'll do. It'll help hold that. So I'm thinking that we're cooking with gas. There's the back window, just like that. Thanks for coming back, everybody. I really appreciate it. We've got the black back glass drilled and cut and ready to rock and roll. Going with the white top. Do not know if I like that material sitting down in there, but I'm going to take it out of there. I'm going to put it over here. Just like that. We've got the white material, and the reason being is every car that I see generally has a white roof on it. And also, I like, there's somebody sent in a rendering of it, and I like the running boards painted the same color as the car. They also, is that the one with the hood too? They've got the hood smoothed off? Yeah. I also like the hood smoothed off with the running boards painted the same color as the car with a white top. I think it would look fantastic. Just get it lowered down a little bit. There's another one he done too. He done another one with a tan fenders, running board, and the roof really looked good. Like it was good too. But also what has to happen there is I'd have to paint the fenders and all that stuff. I really like the patina on the fenders and all that stuff, what we're going with. It's going really good. Also, let's do this. On the headlight, yesterday I had a hard time making the headlights tight and right. This headlight is tight and right. I got it fixed. And what I did is, the ball that I welded on the headlight was not quite big enough or to sit in that stanchion to make it tight and right. This one on here is tight and right. This one over here is loose. So what I did, that's what I did. Had some rubber. Hard to believe that cut that like that, but it did. I'm going to show you that. Just going to take this rubber like that. I'm going to do this. Cut the corners off it. Bring it over here. You wouldn't think a grinder in that cutting wheel would do what I'm doing, is grinding rubber to make a nice rubber piece like that. Now that sits down inside that stanchion. What I want that to do is I want that post of the headlight to go down through that, and then this rubber fits inside that stanchion. You can see in this one, you can see the rubber up inside where I've got that in there. It sits right on top of that, on that stanchion, and it makes it really nice. Like there's no moving that headlight. That's absolutely fabulous. What I have to do is get a hole put in that. This is what I did. Took a piece of wood, got a piece of, actually still there, got a piece of pipe about the size of my bolt that's going down through on the headlight. I just sharpened it up a little bit. Slide her up for the center. I'm going to put in the center the best I can. Just use my eye. Use my eye. Now, I have a nice rubber that can go on my bolt of my headlight. It'll fit down inside that stanchion and make that headlight nice and tight and right. Just like that. That's what I did. I'm going to keep that because I'm going to use it for the other headlight. I just kind of wanted to show what you can do when you put your brain to it. You can make a rubber washer and it'll make the headlight tight and right. We'll leave that right there. I'm going to give you 60. Where's Fina?
Fina.
House.
Is she?
Now, I'm wondering if Colton can do 60 at once. Yeah. Very happy with everything. Very happy with everything. This is all looking good. Roller did a beautiful job. Painting them outdoors did a beautiful job. The edge chrome for the headlights, excellent. Thanks for coming back. Really appreciate it. If you want to do something, go for it.